Roger, vous militez au sein de BDS, une campagne de boycott et de pression contre Israël. Pourquoi?
Because I've traveled extensively there since 2006 and 2007. And I've seen firsthand the predicament of the Palestinian people. And in 1947, when the State of Israel was created, it was created against a background that it was suggested by the United Nations in Resolution 191 that two states should be created. Well, they never have been. The Palestinians still don't have a state, and there have been no serious moves made to allow them to have a state. In fact, the last time that there was any movement really positively was in 2012, when their status was changed to non-member observer state from non-member observer entities. So the word state appeared in their name. But nevertheless, they need the support of anybody who cares about justice or love in the world to support their cause, to be allowed the basic human right of self-determination, which they do not have, and to be allowed basic property rights and basic democratic rights and the right to vote and all the rights they don't have, because in the occupied territories, if we're allowed to call them that, they don't have any rights at all. They live under martial law and none of them have any rights at all, which is unconscionable. And so BDS, it's a perfectly legitimate, non-violent form of protest that people who feel the same as I do, and not everybody has to, and obviously not everybody does, can use. What is dangerous is people who think that it should be made illegal to protest peacefully against the policies of some foreign regime of which you disapprove. They're trying to make it illegal, not just here in Canada and the United States, but in the EU as well. That I find very, very, very unsettling and disturbing. I find it very disturbing to think that an ordinary human rights organization that I am part of can be turned into an illegal organization and that I could be incarcerated for my part in it. There is something odd, strange and upsetting and wrong about that, and it's happening.
Le gouvernement canadien a décidé de voter une motion pour boycotter la campagne BDS. Vous réagissez comment?
I'm very happy to say that on the same day, the good students at McGill University in this great city of yours voted in almost exactly the opposite way to support BDS and to continue the movement that is going on the campuses of North America, in Canada and in the United States of America, which may be the groundswell that is needed in order to persuade people to look carefully at Israel and Palestine, and to look at the predicament of both those people, because I love them both. This is not a one-sided affair. I'm just as concerned for Israeli children as I am for Palestinian children. In order to look at it, we need the media. I'm sure it's better here, I certainly hope it is, than it is in the United States, where the mainstream media do not report the story with an even hand, because people need to wake up to the fact that they are not being told the truth, that our media, by and large, is controlled, and it's controlled in very specific ways. And this is another worry. You cannot have a democracy without an informed electorate, and you cannot have an informed electorate unless the newspapers tell you the truth about what's going on in the world. And unfortunately, what is reported in the newspapers and on television, I have to say, is often bound up with selling soap powder and, in consequence, does not fulfill its primary function. I'm sorry to sound critical, but I am.
It was a great honor to have you on our show.
Well,
thank you very much. Enjoy Montreal.
Well, thank you very much.